fellas, Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. Early Monday morning, February 14th. Wanted to do my typical Monday morning recap of the PWCC Weekly Sunday Auction. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to PWCCmarketplace.com, scroll across the top, go to Weekly Sunday Auction, and you will see exactly what we're talking about. This is an auction that is a 10-day auction. It runs every week. PWCC runs it on their own platform. It ended last night. This is weekly auction number 4, fellas, if you're trying to keep up. So we are going to look at the top 96 items that sold based on sale price, basketball only. If you want to look over here on sorts and filters, you'll see how I've got it sorted. We've clicked on the filter for highest bid first, closed, weekly auction number 4, and basketball. Therefore, we are looking at the top 96 cards that sold based on sales price. So let's get rolling. The top 3 cards you're going to see, there's 2 Jordan 1-of-1 autographs on here. Both are fantastic cards. So 2 of the top 3 are these Jordans. We don't look at all of the cards, but some of the cards that are a little bit more common, a little more indicative of what's going on in the market, we will go look at what they are on Card Ladder and see if it was a riser or a faller. The first one we're going to look at is going to be this 1996 Kobe Credentials. This card is numbered to $4.99. If we go check out Card Ladder, it sold for $18,600 in this BGS 8 condition. On Card Ladder, that's a little bit under the last sale, so 21 to 18.6. So we'll call that a little bit of a faller. That card's a pop 47. Like I said, the 2 Jordans are both pop 1. This one is serial numbered, hand numbered. It's got a piece of the floor from the 98 finals. That's just an insane card, which is why it sold for $24,600 with the buyer's premium. This is also a really good looking blue ink, beautiful autograph right in the middle on card 1010. Just a fantastic card. There's a lot of people out there that strictly stick to Jordan autographs. I'm not one of them, but congratulations to those 2 people who picked up those pop 1 cards. We got a Jordan Showcase numbered to 100. A really cool Jordan autograph. I've always thought these cards were just fantastic looking. The next card we're going to look at is going to be this Scoring Kings. This card's been on a little bit of a dip lately, which is surprising. It's a pop 97. You'll see last night it sold in that PWCC Weekly Auction number 4 for 14.4. Sales before that were 15.6, 15.6, 16, 16.8. So this one's been on a little 17, been a little bit of a downward trend. This is, the Card Ladder graph just looking at the last 6 months. That's a lot of sales in the last 6 months for a pop 97 card. I think that might be why it's dipping a little bit. Anybody who was looking to grab this card and put it in their collection, and I'm one of the people, I bought it above. I think I probably bought it around 16 here. I think I bought it maybe in November, so I bought it for about 16. So 14.4 is a little bit troubling, but I have no doubt that, this is one of Jordan's bigger inserts and more popular inserts, and it's still under pop 100 in PSA 10 condition. I think it'll make a comeback. So we'll call this one a slight faller, down a little bit, about 1,000 under what the last one sold for. Next card we're going to check out on Card Ladder is our Championship Galaxy. And guys, you will see there is going to be a heavy lean here towards looking up the Jordan cards. I think from the comments that I've gotten, a lot of you guys are Jordan collectors, and that's why you're watching this video today. We are going to look at the top 96 cards, but there will be a pretty heavy Jordan influence, and so I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. The Championship Galaxy last night sold for 11.7. The one before that sold in September for 14.4, so somebody did very well on that card. That's definitely a faller. That's a pop 23 card that does not show up very often. Somebody did a great job last night picking that up for 11.7, including the buyer's premium. Really good price on that card. Really low pop. I mean, pop 23, and from, again, that 97 Metal Universe, even though it's Metal Universe Championship, it's a big time set. The Court Masters here sold for $10,800 in PSA 10 condition. I did want to look up this SGC 10 Jordan Nike promo. That card has been on a crazy roller coaster. Not necessarily in the SGC 10 condition, but just generally speaking. The one last night sold for $8,700. The one before that sold for $8,700 a few weeks ago. This card is now starting to rise a little bit in SGC 10 condition. Obviously, the pop is going to be a lot lower because, the card just doesn't show up very much. If you want to look at the disparity between the SGC 10 and the PSA 10, so SGC sold last night for $8,700. The PSA 10 goes for, I don't know who did that. That was a hell of a sticker. That's a big premium to pay for a sticker. Sold for $17,000, so 19, 17. So the PSA 10, even though it's double the pop, more than double the pop, is, more than double the value as well. So that's an interesting dichotomy if you're looking to make a move. Maybe there's an opportunity to buy SGC 10s, crack them, submit them to PSA, and flip them. I don't know. That's a pretty expensive game to play. Next row, we're going to look up all three of these cards because all three of these cards matter. It's the 96 metal. There's been a really big emphasis lately on these precious metals. This is sort of the precursor to the precious metal gems. It's a quad gem, Kobe 96 metal, precious metal. Let's see what that sold for. So it sold last night for $8,700. The card sold about 5 months ago, 6 months ago for $9,100. So right on the number. That's not really a riser or a faller. It's just right on the number. 4% down from that last sale. The Jordan credentials. This is a big Jordan card. Went for $8,100 last night. It's numbered to $499. The grade may have dissuaded some people. BGS 7.5 is a little bit low, even for 90 stuff. You can see one sold, a year ago. Well, that was during the bubble for 11.3. So last night somebody picked it up for $8,100. In this grade, this card's only sold, twice, including last night in the last year. So really hard to put a number on that. It's also really hard to look at annual percentage change, fellas, when you're always starting from the bubble. So I don't know. That sounds like about right to me, about what we would expect. About 28, 29, 30% less than the last credentials, 7.5, which sold during the bubble. And then we've got our 2007 Topps Chrome Kevin Durant rookie. Let's see what he sold for in BGS 9.5 condition. Here we're looking at, let's look at the last 1 month. Okay, so that's about flat, 8,700, 8,100, 8,250. So this card's right on the number, minus 1.82% from what it sold for about a month ago here on, or about a week and a half ago. That's a card that's just going to hinge on the grades. And this one is a, it's got 2 10s, but it's also got a 9 surface. I don't know. Some people prefer every sub to have over 9.5. Some people would prefer a double 10 9.5 over a quad gem. I don't know. I don't really distinguish too much between those, but I'm sure everybody's got their opinion. We got a Jordan Ultimate Signatures auto, a Kobe auto, 9.5. Again, I want to make sure I'm apologizing. I'm not just glancing and skipping over cards. Really, the purpose of these videos is not to talk about every single card that's sold. I don't have enough voice in me. I've drank too many energy drinks to do it. It's really just about scrolling through and letting you guys see pictures of what did sell. So I will skip a row every once in a while, even though all three of those cards are sometimes grail level cards that many of us as collectors would love to put in our collection. I can't talk about every single card, so I'm just going to always have to pick and choose, unfortunately. We got a Steph Curry autograph patch rookie, the weird Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Italian sticker that we talked about, Pop 9. I'm not really one of those people who collects these obscure foreign stickers from random companies, but pretty cool looking card to look at a skinny Kareem right there. He looks like he's about 13. Of course, he's probably 6'11" when he was 13. We've got our 1986 Fleer Jordan sticker in PSA 9 condition. It sold last night in the weekly auction number 4 for $57.60. Let's see what we're looking at on Card Ladder. Is that a riser or a faller? You tell me. Here's the graph. Over the last month, it looks like it's down about 12% over the last month, but we're starting with kind of a high one here. Let's look at the last 2 weeks. Yeah, we're right on the number. So 5,900, 6,950, 6,000, and 57.60. So not really a riser or a faller, just sort of right on the number. A nice Doncic mosaic autograph, Pop 9. Those are pretty rare cards. It is a sticker auto, but that's a pretty rare card right there. Here's one of our go-to indicators of where the hobby's at. We always look at the 1980 Topps Bird Magic. We look at the Jordan 86 Fleer. We look at the 2003 Chrome LeBron, the 2013 Giannis. There's a 96 Chrome, Kobe. Those are the types of cards that had a huge run up during the bubble of 2021, just because all the new people getting into the hobby said, what's the rookie card that I need, immediately? And so all those kind of relatively high pop cards had a huge run up. But let's look at what this Bird Magic PSA 8 did. Again, not all PSA 8s are the same. That's a lot of sales. Let's look at 2 weeks. Okay, so over the last 2 weeks, this PSA 8 Bird Magic card is actually up 21%. That's pretty good. So this one's definitely a riser. So 44, 50, 53, 53, 51, and then this one jumped to 54. So the highest sale in the last 4 sales. That's pretty impressive. That's a good trend to see. That's a good indication for the hobby on these flagship, kind of go-to base rookie cards. Not that you have any options with Bird and Magic. There's only one rookie card. But if we look at the last year, and this is what everybody seems to be hyper-focusing on, all the media, all the coverage, it's down 60%. Well, of course it is, because we know what happened in the first quarter of 2021. I'm sick of talking about it. It's not all roses, but again, it's not all gloom and doom either. Let's go and keep rolling. So which would you rather, a PSA 8 Bird Magic rookie or LaMelo Ball White Mosaic PSA 10 numbered to 25? Those sold for the exact same price. These are the interesting type of comparisons. You've got so many different kinds of collectors out there. If we polled 1 million people, a third of them would probably, they would probably be split 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 on which of these 3 cards you'd want. If you ask me, I'm taking this Doncic Pop 9 autograph rookie card PSA 10, even over my guy here, since it's got a high pop, and certainly over the LaMelo. Even though I think he's a fantastic player. This is the card I'm picking on this row. Let me know in the comments what you think. Out of these 3 cards, which of these cards would you take? It's always fun to just kind of look at these rows since they're grouped together by price and kind of look and kind of distinguish who you would take. Flair Showcase Row 0, Jordan, number to 250. That's a big time card for any Jordan collector. Kobe Refractor, Rookie, Apprentice, PSA 9. A LeBron 2004 Jambalaya, 8.5. These are the beautiful cards. I've talked about it before. I love the Topps Pristine, especially the gold refractors. Really beautiful cards. Pretty nice pickup for a Kobe collector. That card really does pop. And these cards are really interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen, but if you look at the edges of the card, it's sort of got a perforated feel to it. I had a gold Vince Carter that I just sold to a local collector friend of mine here who flipped it and made me look like a fool. Because he flipped it for like 3 times what I sold it to him for. Congrats to him. He knows who he is. But these cards are really cool. They're gold and they look like they're perforated on the edges. We got an SGA black number 1 of 1 masterpiece, the only one ever made, autograph Prism rookie card. Really good for any SGA collector. I think his prices have dipped pretty significantly. It's a BGS 910 auto, a Jordan Upper Deck Triple Dimensions. I'm not super familiar with these Upper Deck Triple Dimensions cards. I kind of stick to Jordans that are from the 90s. I have touched on a few Wizards cards lately, specifically kind of Topps Chrome Refractor in gem condition. But here's an Upper Deck Triple Dimensions gold. These golds weren't numbered to 10, they're numbered to 50, but it is Pop 2, and there are only 2 graded higher than the BGS 9 by Beckett. We looked at these Kobe's. I think there's the 2 Kobe's. So there was 2 Kobe Take-It.nets, which is nuts to me, in the same PWCC auction. I wasn't a super big fan of that, but let's see what they did. If we go back, one sold for $4,200, the other sold for $4,080, so only $120 separated those 2. If you look at the last few sales over the last 1 month, you'll see someone bought one for $6,200 11 days ago, and then they've four of these Kobe PSA 10s out of 37 pop have sold in the last 11 days. That's just not good for a seller. Great for a buyer to pick up at a discount. So you can see 6,200 here, and then 3 just sold in real quick succession. So that's 3 of these. It's actually 4 because 2 of them sold here. Like I said, on Card Ladder, if 2 cards sell on the same day, they take the 2 cards and then they average them, and that's why you'll see 4140 on here. It includes the 4,200 and the 4,080 that we just looked at on PWCC. So really it's 2, 3, 4, 5 of the pop 37 Kobe Take-It.net PSA 10s sold in the last 11 days. If you're one of the buyers of those cards, I will congratulate you, because I don't think you're going to see that many sell in short succession like that. And so what that does is that means there's an oversupply in a short time period, given the low pop nature of the card. And I think people got a pretty good price on that. I would be very surprised if, a few months, maybe even a year rolls by before another one sees the market and this card sells for much more than $5,000. That's just my guess. So somebody made a great purchase last night on that Kobe Take-It.net, and maybe the same person purchased both of them. 3 Kobe's on this row, including what I think looks slightly green, but I know I'm not an expert on these. 96 Chrome, BGS 9.5 minimum gem, sold for $38.40. Next row, we've got a retro 2014 SP Authentic LeBron Jambalaya. Another Upper Deck Reflections Jordan Emerald, numbered to 100. So maybe somebody picked up the PSA 10 Emerald and that gold that we just looked at. A Doncic Red Blue Laser Optic PSA 10 rookie card for $37.20. This card is numbered to 15. Not one of the most popular parallels, but it is numbered to 15. That's a pretty low number. I gotta believe if that's not a pop 1, it's gotta be a pretty low pop since there's only 15 and it's a PSA 10. Here's another Kobe Precious Metals. If you couldn't fork over the money for the 9.5, you could have jumped on the 9 with no subs on the front. Bird, exquisite number pieces, BGS 8. This one we talked about in our preview last Thursday. I think this is a really cool pickup for somebody. Really neat to kind of show people, hey, come over, come see what I've got. This is the complete set of the 1985 Star Slam Dunk Oversized 5x7s. If you guys haven't held these cards in your hand, it literally is bigger than a postcard. It's almost like something in between a comic book and a basketball card. But this is the complete set of 10 with Jordan, all BGS graded. You know, there's an 8 in here, but most of them are 8.5s and 9. Really cool cards, just showing in-action dunks. And then you've got, you know, the Dominique holding the trophy. And then you've got this really cool looking photo showing all of the dunkers in that dunk contest in BGS 8.5 condition. That's just a cool pickup. If you're asking me on this row which ones I would want the most, I would honestly pick this set of 10. That's just me. I think that's nostalgic. There can't be many of these out there. Next row, Kobe Black, graded authentic. Kobe Patch Auto. This is one of the cards that's the most difficult to take a picture of. The 96 Molten Metal Jordan. It sold for $3,000 on the nose in PSA 10 condition. Let's see what that card... we skipped over the 88 Fleer Jordan. That card was a very, very slight faller, but not really, sort of on the number compared to the last 3 or 4 sales. So I'm not going to call that a riser or a faller. But the Molten Metal, it looks like, is a riser, a relatively significant riser. So the last one sold just 7 days ago for $25.20. This one sells for $3,000. It's only a pop 26 card. That's a really good pickup. It's sold for 20% over. So congrats to the seller on that one. It sold for 20% more than the last sale just 7 days ago. Next card that we're going to look up. We're going to keep scrolling. 3 more Kobe's, guys. More Kobe's. Like I said, this auction was very Kobe heavy. Oh, look, I won one. So this is a card that I picked up. I own the 1997 Hardcore Heroics Members Only PSA 10, which is a pop 3. I had to pick up the 97 Hardcore Heroics Regular, which is also a very low pop card in PSA 10 condition. Let's see how much I overpaid for this card. So I paid $26.40 with the buyer's premium for this card. Where is this card at? Here you go. So this card's not in card ladder, so I had to use their sales history feature. But the sales history feature is beautiful. You just don't have the same graph, but it shows you all of the sales of this card. I'm really excited for the price that I paid. I picked it up for $26.40, so this is my purchase last night right here. The one before that sold for $29.27 just 2 months ago. And then the one before that, 3 months ago, sold for $33.87. And then the one last year in the bubble sold for, and that was actually mine, for $4,600. Let's see if we can find another one. Oh, we're going all the way back to 2019, which is not going to be relevant. So I feel good. $26.40, I'm all in, out the door. It's going to just be transferred right over into my vault. I don't have to touch the card. I know some people like to touch and feel and see it in hand. I like to put it in my vault where it's safe and sound, not in my house here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where it has to fight the elements. But since I got it at $26.40 and the last 2 have been $29 and $33, I feel pretty good about that purchase. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I can't wait to post this on Instagram paired with my members only. That might be the only Hardcore Heroics members only and regular Hardcore Heroics pairing in the world, as far as I know. The members only is a pop 3. So comment below if I'm wrong and somebody else has that pairing that you know of, or if you're the holder of that pairing. Let's look at the 2003 Topps LeBron first edition PSA 9. His rookie cards, even these rare ones, just continue to fall, fellas. This one is right on the number, so $2,600, $2,520. That card's right on the number, but if we look at 6 months, you can see the card's just coming down. If we look at a year, it's ridiculous. Even this card, which is a pop 226, is on the way down. So LeBron cards continue to fall. It's really interesting. And no, I have not paid yet because I wanted to get this video out. So I don't want you to think I'm a deadbeat or a non-paying auction winner. I will pay for this card and a couple other little baby cards that I won from this weekly auction number 4. I am not a deadbeat Cajun. A cool Kobe card. You can barely see the autograph. I didn't like that aspect of it, but a neat Kobe autograph there. We got a Bird Magic. I don't know why I had that starred. It's a mint PSA 9, but it's OC. It's sold for less than the PSA 8, which is not surprising. That OC designation, which for those of you who don't know stands for off center, really drops the value of the card. Maybe maybe 2 or 3 grades, depending on the card and depending on the grade overall. So that Mint 9 OC Bird Magic goes for $2,400, less than the PSA 8 that we looked up. Like I said, Kobe. 3 more Kobe's. We got a Ja Morant Blue Disco Select. This is about when Panini just started to chase the dollar, and they printed a billion, zillion, trillion parallels. That is a really cool, somewhat color match. Pop 1 of 14. It is numbered to 25. It's a really cool pose of Ja Morant screaming because he just yammed on somebody. Sold for $22.20. Back to Kobe. This is a 2003 Finest Refractors, BGS 9.5. Again, it just pops. Finest and Finest Refractors are beautiful from the early 2000s. I love those cards. I don't own very many, but I love the cards. A Giannis. This may be the first Giannis we've even seen. I think people are hanging on to Giannis. I don't think there's been a lot of sales. We've probably gone through 50 cards. This is a black box, 1 of 1. We talked about this Trae Young and how people really don't like encased. This one sold for $21.60. It's card serial numbered 1 out of 25 on card auto, 3 color patch. Really cool looking card. BGS 9.5, no subs on those. Sold for $21.60. Jerry West PSA 5 sold for $21.30 for those vintage collectors out there. Here's an on-card, in-person auto, Pop 1, Jordan from a 91 Hoops, very overproduced all-star card, but it's a authenticated by PSA, DNA, certified Jordan on-card auto. 3 more Kobe's. Kobe again, Jordan Atomic Refractor 9. I think we saw this card sell in weekly auction number 3, if I'm not mistaken, in PSA 10 condition. I may be wrong. Let's take a look at another relatively common LeBron rookie, which is the regular Bowman Rookies and Stars, PSA 10. Let's see if I can guess where it is. Here we go. Let's see if this one's up or down. This one is, again, a little bit of a faller, but if you look at the past month, it's kind of a riser. So it's up 6% over the last month. Someone paid $2,200 for the last one, so this one's down from that, but it's up from the 3 before that. So a pretty good sale there for whoever sold that LeBron PSA 10. Unless you want to scale back and look at 6 months, in which case it's down 38%. And this is not a high pop card. It's a 494 pop. That's not a high pop. This is a difficult card to grade with the 4 black edges and the silver foil sides. Next row, more Kobe autograph, a Steph PSA 9, another Kobe autograph, a Wilt that's MC, which for those of you who don't know stands for miscut, and clearly it is miscut. We've got our Jordan Flair hot numbers. Let's look up this beautiful Jordan insert that we all know and love. It's sold for $1,800. It is a true quad gem. Beautiful Jordan insert. Let's see if that's a riser. Okay, that's a pretty significant riser. This is good to look at. So in the last 8 days or 7 days, this card sold for $1,470. $1,700 and then $1,800. So up $100 over the last sale. I'm sure some of that has to do with the fact that it is a true quad gem, which demands a premium. A lot of people love those quad gems, and a lot of people won't look at min gems. I'm not one of them, but I do understand that a quad gem would carry a premium with it. Another Kobe autograph. Man, there's a lot of Kobe's in here. A Doncic Pink Laser PSA 10 numbered to 79, pop 13. Here's a stickered SGC 6.5. Somebody that's top 5% sticker. I guess somebody's probably looking at this. Maybe grab it, crack it, send it to PSA, get a PSA 8 and make $1,000. Or get damn lucky and get a PSA 9 and make a hell of a lot of money. That might be what somebody's thinking, or maybe they're just an SGC vintage collector. LeBron 2004 Topps Chrome PSA 9. Let's see where this card is. A second-year LeBron with a great pose. Let's see where we're at. There we are. So this card sold for $17.70. So that's $330 under the last sale. So that's definitely a faller, fellas. This card is a pop 153 in PSA 9. Let's look at the last 6 months. Down 38%. It just is what it is for the LeBrons. Although, if you look here, I mean, this is probably the second highest sale out of the last maybe 8 or 9 sales. So not all bad on that LeBron. Maybe we're starting to see the floor on the LeBron stuff. We got a Galactic Panini Revolution Kevin Durant 35th year card that sold for $17.70. Like, this to me is nuts. I lost, okay? I was trying to pick up this maximum metal. This is mislabeled, but like, I'm looking at these two cards, this random Kevin Durant Galactic from 2016 selling for the same price, or actually $30 more than this Jordan maximum metal, to me is bananas. Again, this card was mislabeled. This is not the 96 maximum metal. I think it's the 95. So yeah, it's the 95 maximum metal, but the PSA mislabeled the one that sold last night. I think that's got something to do with why it sold for less. It's not the right label. So congrats to whoever picked this up for $17.40. If you look at the last year, this is going to be the bubble. So we're going to throw that out. Let's look at the last 6 months. Well, that doesn't help us. But if we look at the last year, the last sale, again, both were bubble sales, so not a bad pickup. Somebody needs to send that back to PSA. They will relabel it for free. You're not going to pay for anything. So whoever got that card, I'm sure you knew that it was not a 96 metal. It's a 95. Here's the Kobe 52 throwback thingy. Here's a Kareem. Lou Alcindor, 1969 Topps rookie in 4.5 condition. What's the vintage market doing? We don't have the 4.5 in card ladder. He didn't have the half grades in here, Chris and Christina and Josh and them, but they have the PSA 4. The PSA 4 sells for pretty consistently about $1,400, $1,500. And so last night this PSA 4.5 sold for $17.10. So pretty much right on the number. Wedged right between a 4 and the 5, the 4.5. A lot of people don't like half grades, and so sometimes your vintage rookies are going to take a little bit of a hit. 2 more Kobe's. Man, I don't know how many of these top 96 are Kobe's, but it seems like half. A Kobe Topps Gold label, a very poor graded Doncic rookie card. Man, what is wrong with this card? Surface 8. There must be a surface defect on this card because the centering looks pretty good. Really cool card. I like this year's Fast Break Autos. I think they're really cool looking. I've got a bunch of Anthony Simons of this exact same auto and this exact same product. But that Luka and that BGS 8.5 case sold for $16.20. And here we go. Let's check out the John Morant. That's kind of indicative of the ultra modern shiny market. John Morant is on fire, sneaking his way into the MVP conversation, trying to keep his team where they are in the West, which is way overachieving. In the last 2 weeks, this card has sold 14 times. That's just a product of being an overprinted card. There's 1,270 of these in PSA 10. But it's pretty steady. And so the last 14 sales have held pretty steady with John Morant's great play. It does look like the card's gone down 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. But if you look at kind of the last 2 weeks, it's minus 6%. So relatively steady in the grand scheme of things. More Kobe's, an on-card Doc, PSA 10, which is a really cool card. A LeBron 8.5. People do not like half grades, and they do not like overprinted low-grade Topps Chromes. Here's a card that's near and dear to my heart. I own 2 of them, one that I'll keep forever and one that I bought as an investment just because I think this card's a great long-term investment piece. It's a great action pose where he's about to hammer on this helpless dude from the T-Wolves who's about half his size and weighs half as much. But this is the 1992 Topps Gold, so it's going to have your gold foils, Shaquille O'Neal and Magic down here. It sold for $15.60. That's a big-time faller, fellas. The last one sold for $21.25. It is up 2% over the last month. I'm not sure. Maybe this person reached a couple days ago on this $21.25 here, or maybe the centering on that was just better. But if you look at the last 3, $16.75, $17.50. This one sold for $15.96. No matter how you slice it, a pretty good purchase over the last couple weeks. The card is up 2% over the last month, which is great for Shaquille O'Neal collectors. such as myself. And that card, I think, is a nice mid-level Shaquille O'Neal rookie card to pick up. You don't have too many mid to high-end options for Shaq. You got the Beam Team. You got the classic 4-sport autograph, which is a very high-end card. You got the Beam Team. You got the Beam Team members only. And then you kind of go to this Topps Gold. And then after that, you get to the super, overpopulated, just Topps base, which is 35.78. You can see what that card's doing. It's definitely going down. And then you got your Ultras and your Stadium Clubs and your Upper Decks and stuff like that. Next, we got 2 more Kobe's. My God, there's a lot of Kobe's in here. Another Kobe, an off-center designation Elgin Baylor rookie card. Another Kobe. Then we've got our Jordan Golden Touch, 96 Golden Touch Jordan. This is a weird-looking die cut. I don't even understand really what the die cut is. It just kind of looks like a blob. If y'all are around my age, you had that slime that you collected as a kid. When I see this card, I think of that bright green, like oily, like blob slime stuff that they would sell in little quarter vending machine things in grocery stores. My mom hated when I got that, and it was just disgusting. But for some reason, as kids, we were fascinated. Comment below if you think I'm nuts or that was a Louisiana thing. But I remember that bright green slime. But that's what I see. It looks like a blob behind Jordan. It is weirdly die cut. Let's see what this card sold for. So right on the number, a slight riser. So the one right before this, just before Christmas, sold for $15.25. This one sold for $15.65. So right on the number. That's a BGS 9. I was actually fortunate enough to pick this card up yesterday in a private sale right before the Super Bowl kicked off from a very reputable Jordan collector for a price not yet to be disclosed. Since it was a private deal. But this is the card that I picked up. I picked up the Pop 73 BGS 9.5 version of the Golden Touch. Very happy to pick that up yesterday while everybody was watching Joe Burrow warm up. So that's it. That's all we're going to do for today, guys. Hopefully these videos are helpful. Hopefully you guys enjoy them. It seems like the views are going up on these cards. Again, let's scroll back up here and look at these top 3. Again, I don't spend a ton of time on each one of these cards. I just can't do it because I'm trying to do this for you all every Monday. But hopefully I scrolled slow enough that you guys can get just like a general feel for what's being bought, what's being sold, what's rising, what's falling. And hopefully I picked out some of the cards that you guys like to see compared in Card Ladder. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Again, hit the bell icon for notifications so you know every Monday morning this video is going to release recapping the PWCC auction from the Sunday night that just ended. So I'm going to also put out a video every Monday called 5 Steals, where we look at 5 cards under $1,000. So a little bit more moderate type cards that sold in the PWCC auction for below market value that I thought were good steals in the auction that ended the night before. So thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And stay positive, keep collecting, and peace, fellas.